The day I found out the woman I was about to marry had been lying to me for months. Everything I thought I knew about love and trust shattered in an instant. What I discovered would change my life forever. And what I did next was something I never thought I'd be capable of. My name's Alex. I was engaged to Emily, the woman I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. We had been together for over 4 years, and to the outside world, we were the perfect couple. We had planned our wedding for months, and everything was falling into place. Or so I thought. Emily was the kind of person who could light up any room. She was confident, outgoing, and people loved being around her. And me? I was more laid back, more introverted. But together we worked. She brought excitement into my life, and I brought stability into hers. We balanced each other out. At least, that's what I convinced myself of. But over time, I started noticing changes. Small things at first that I brushed off as nothing. She'd be late coming home from work, distracted when we were together, and there were nights when she'd leave the house without telling me where she was going. She'd always come back with a vague excuse, just hanging out with some friends, or I lost track of time. I didn't want to believe it, but I felt like something wasn't right. Then, just a few weeks before the wedding, it started getting worse. Emily was going out more frequently, and each time she was coming home later and later. It was as though she was avoiding me, or worse, hiding something from me. I tried to confront her, but she brushed me off with a laugh and a promise that everything was fine. I'm just out with the girls, Alex. Chill out. It's not a big deal. But it felt like a big deal. One night, she came home at 2 a.m., her makeup smudged, her hair disheveled. She was wearing a dress that wasn't her, a simple thing, but I knew it wasn't the kind of dress she would normally wear. Her eyes avoided mine as she dropped her things at the door, clearly trying to act like everything was normal. Hey, where were you? I asked, trying to sound casual, though my stomach was tied in knots. Oh, just out, she said, shrugging as she slipped into the bathroom without answering. It wasn't just the late nights or the dress that bothered me. It was the way she was acting, like she was trying to hide something. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, but I did know what I wanted. To trust her. I wanted to believe that it was just wedding stress or phase, but deep down I knew better. Then came the night that changed everything. Emily had gone out, like another one of those mysterious girls' nights. I was exhausted from a long day at work, but I tried to put on a brave face, even though I couldn't ignore the pit in my stomach. I had dinner by myself, watched some television, and waited for her to come back. She came in around midnight, her heels clicking loudly as she walked in, and I could immediately tell something was different. She was wearing a tight, red dress, the kind of dress that screamed attention. She had a sparkle in her eyes, but there was something off. It wasn't the same playful energy she normally had. I could tell something had happened, but she wasn't telling me. Where were you? I asked again, trying to keep my voice steady, but I couldn't hide the suspicion creeping in. I went to a party, she said, brushing me off. But this time I didn't buy it. It was just some friends getting together. Why do you care so much? I told you I was going. But this time, I wasn't going to let it slide. Something didn't add up. Emily, I've asked you a dozen times now. Every time you leave, it's like I'm the one who's in the wrong for wanting to spend time together. Why are you always avoiding me? Her face shifted then. A flicker of something dark crossed her eyes before she rolled them like she was done with this conversation. I'm going out, whether you like it or not. It's just a party, Alex. Get over it. That was the moment I knew I was losing her. And what happened next proved I was right. The following day, I was sitting on the couch when Emily left her phone on the kitchen counter. I wasn't the type to snoop, but when I saw the message pop up on her phone from a friend of hers, Linda, I couldn't help but glance at it. The text read, I can't believe you did that last night. My heart skipped a beat. What had she done? What was she hiding? I had no intention of going further, but then I saw her leave for the shower. My curiosity got the better of me, and I picked up her phone. The screen lit up a flood of messages, but the one from Linda kept haunting me. I can't believe you did that last night. I hesitated. I was about to put the phone back down when I saw a notification from another number, and that's when I found it. The truth. My hand shook as I read the conversation between Emily and Linda. They were planning something, a party, sure, but it wasn't just any party. It was a swinger party. And Emily had gone. But that wasn't all. The worst part was, she had slept with 3 men that night, at the same time. My blood ran cold. My mind couldn't process it. She had been sneaking around behind my back, sleeping with other people, and I hadn't known. I thought I had everything under control, but in reality, I had been living a lie. I put the phone back down and sat there, motionless. I had to act. I couldn't let her spin this. I needed to be sure, but I didn't want to confront her yet. I wasn't ready. 2 days later, Emily had another girls' night planned, but this time, I knew what she was up to. I followed her. She met up with Linda, and they went to the same bar. Then 2 men arrived, men I had never seen before. I watched them greet Emily and Linda like old friends. There was no doubt anymore. She was flirting, laughing, touching. The signs were all there. Then it happened. Emily kissed one of the men in front of everyone. I snapped a photo. Another, and another. My heart ached, but I didn't stop. I waited until they left the bar, followed them to a hotel, and watched Emily go inside with one of the men. She didn't even look back at me. She didn't even care. That was it. I had the proof. When she came back the next day, she tried to act like nothing was wrong. But I knew the truth. I packed my things, grabbed my engagement ring, and walked out the door. I didn't look back. The next morning, I woke up in a hotel room, completely alone. My phone was flooded with messages from Emily. Where are you? Why aren't you answering? What's going on? But I didn't respond. She had made her choice. I didn't need to explain myself to anyone. I called off the wedding, canceled everything. I didn't want to be tied to someone who could betray me like that. I moved to another city, far away from the mess, far away from her. I started fresh, rebuilding my life without her in it. I didn't want to hear about Emily anymore, but rumors always find their way back. Her life fell apart. Her friends turned on her. Her family was disgusted. Her relationships never lasted. And I heard she was struggling with the consequences of what she had done. But none of it mattered to me. Emily made her choice. And I made mine. Thank you for watching.